A belly of tea, the winds blew up her bow, dipped down below my billy boys blow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. She had not been 2 weeks from shore when down on her a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go.
What's going on? I'm here by myself for the moment. Mike is late and disappointing, just like how he is. You know, I can't even believe he's not here on time. What's going on, people? How are we all? Let's see who's in chat. Dave Brink. Dave Brink's a good dude. Dave Brink's a great guy. Mo Biggs is here. Bretsky the Great. Salute chat. Salute Rob and Mike. Rob really liked the 5 questions on Twitter. Yeah, we got to try things. We got to try new things. You know, we'll talk about that. David Feed. Looking at your campaign right now, David Feet. Great looking book. Deserves more backers. We'll have a look at that. Rob, surely even yes, Mo. I am sick of it. The other option. Oh, I sent Bancroft the wrong link. That probably doesn't help. Let's try this one, Mike. Let's try that one. Bretsky the Great, new member. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate that. Where was I? Yes, Mo, I do not like it, but my only other options are make something myself, which won't happen, or just deal with it. So we're just dealing with it.
What are we dealing with?
The Weller Man, Mike. The Weller Man.
Poor Mo.
I mean, Shanth has promised me an intro. Bancroft has promised me an intro, yet there are no intros to be seen anywhere.
Nothing forthcoming?
No. You know what these people are like.
I know. I had an idea, and then when I went to go source the stuff, it wasn't really what I remembered it was, and it just didn't really work. So then I just moved on with my life.
Yeah, it's just like your Goliath colors.
Yeah, it was getting really hard. It was like, how do I want to do this? And then
you're like, I could keep trying or I could just give up. And you took the heroes option, giving up.
Yeah.
Jeremy Burtonhouse, American Comics Co., Dave Brink again, Aether Line, Sean Schnelly. Mate, that show we did on Monday was brutal. I'm still
the drawing stream.
Oh my gosh. I'm still in recovery from that. I copped it so bad.
Yeah, but you know what?
I kind of deserved it.
Copping it is better than apathy. There's so many CGers out there who would kill to get the kind of insults leveled at them that you get. You know?
So it's like it's a blessing. It's a blessing.
You need to be thankful.
When I had to try and say developmentally, I could not do it. That was rough. I don't know if it was because of like I've got a little bit of a lisp. That word's no good, man.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I run into that sometimes when I'm recording a video and you just like gotta move on. Can't stop. Can't linger on this.
Bretsky, new members, as I said before, thank you so much, man. 7 of 9, good to see you, man. I don't know if I've seen you around recently, but maybe I have. I just forget things. Travis T, John is ending his stream. Get all these people over here. That'd be much appreciated.
7 took part in your Comicsgate hour today.
Yeah, we'll have a look at that. Malin Raid, Voyager's here. Awesome, man. Texas Mofo. It's good to see people. Simply Green. We're dealing with Rose mediocrity. I mean, Rob or Ro? Yeah. You got to get the names right. Simply Green.
There's Ro. There's Rob. There's Rod.
I
There's a lot
know.
of
I know.
raw floating around.
Arts, yes. Raider, good to see you, dude. Maybe Human, Malin Raid, Bootleg Godzilla, Anonymity, Perth. Drop the link comments. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Scrolling down, lots of people popping in here, which is good. We got like 50 people in here already, which is great. Lots are coming from Malins and Probies in the house. Paulie's Arts. Scrolling. Trying to get dim-witted chicken. Good to see you, man. Maromi. I've probably missed people. Aardvarks Aquila on Indiegogo. Go check that out. Should be in demand, I think. Still, Mike. Verikasaki. Good to see you. New person. I haven't seen you before.
Always love seeing new people in the chat.
It's great, isn't it? It's great because they get to witness the awesomeness that is this show, Mike. Your lovely wife,
They get to
Mel
witness
Beasley.
something.
They get to witness something. How are you, man? How are you? What's news? What's happening?
Whew. Ever busy. But you know what I did? Because you know how I'm trying to get the friggin' I'm trying to get the mailing list back up into the explore section.
Yeah.
Which I've never seen in there. Camel says he has seen it in there. I never saw it in there.
I mean, we can have a look again. We can go down that road again.
Well, I don't think it's there. What I did is I did an A/B test.
Oh.
So you get to create a new page. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing, just with some images swapped around. Because I tell you what I think it might be. It might be the fact that on the page I've got like it says, you can win one of 5 books.
Yeah.
And they don't like that.
They don't like anything though. To be fair, that like we're gonna get into that today.
Like Camel thinks it's probably not showing up because it's too old. To which I answer, well, can they just install Infinite Scroll and have everyone on there? Like, do we need a cap on how many show up in the trending?
Mate, that doesn't make any sense anyway because they have campaigns that have ended that are still on their page. I mean, like, come on.
Look, that's a new one.
That's a new one.
I haven't been able to find that. It hasn't been showing it to me. Yeah, so in this one, I don't mention the comic at all, and I just swapped out some images. So can you go to the explore section and see if that's showing up?
Sure.
So I didn't mention it at all.
Explore comics down here, isn't it? Launching soon.
Yeah, this could be exciting if it's there.
Camel's Boots and Heels launching October 14th. There's mine. Oh God, I need to update that. That is so bare bones right now. Scrolling down, it's not looking good, Mike. I've got to say, it's not looking like it's going to happen. It's not there, dude. I searched for it. That's how I found it.
Well, I've had 3 signups through that page from 9 visitors, which is a 33% sign-up rate. Let me share my screen. I should have done this before. I don't know why I didn't, but
Mo says, I don't mention the comic at all. Sounds like the first 3 quarters of the original Winter campaign.
No, I mean, I don't mention the Ella floating in the library thing.
Got before you grab that, I got David Feed for 5 Swiss francs. Quilla, the Ace 2, Red Eyes 3, cough cough, are highly underappreciated by Indiegogo. The algorithm gods are not smiling upon us. Or anyone, it appears. Or anyone. But yeah, great.
They have their favorites, so that they like to smile upon.
Yeah.
But so this is that's the original one, A, and then I've just done the B variant. So it looks like it's good to hear. I didn't even know if it had been live, but yeah. So I've had 9 visitors to it, 3 sign-ups. So it's double the sign-up rate, but it says it's not statistically significant. But 15% is pretty damn good. I have to
Mm.
say. Look at that, 3,000
I had
people
to
have
check.
viewed it.
I had to check how many people I've had. I'll have a look at that maybe a bit later. It won't be anywhere near what you've done here. Dave says it's ridiculous that we have to guess why Indiegogo shadow ban a campaign. How does it make sense not to first reach out to the creator so they actually help your campaign? Listen, dude.
These are good questions.
What do you want to get into, Mike? First, I'll bring back Red Eyes here because
let's go through. Let's go through your Comicsgate hour thing, and because that'll lead us back to Red Eyes.
Okay, let's do it. So I think I've got all the questions here. So we tried this thing today. It went all right. It was called the Comicsgate Hour. One of my friends used to do it back on the day on Twitter, but it was just for normal comic books, not Comicsgate stuff. So I thought I'd steal the idea and try it.
I used to take part maybe in Indie Comics Hour. So that might have been a slightly different thing. But yeah, it used to go gangbusters. I'm talking like 2015 Twitter.
Yeah.
And it was it was all, I'm a gender non-binary lesbian creator. This is my comic sort of stuff. But yeah, you'd get a lot of traction on your tweets, even if you weren't there for the actual hour. But yeah, when enough people took part, it was pretty popping off. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, and even though like not a heap of people took part today, I mean there was really good interaction with it. So I mean it's
I've been getting notifications that whole video game show, and they're still coming actually.
Yeah. So I mean it's interesting to do. So basically what it is I get a guest and I ask them like 5 questions, one every 10 minutes for an hour. And then, at the end, I'm like, if you like what this person said or you like their art that I've been displaying, go sign up. And you got what, 6 signups, Mike, or something? What'd you say? How many it was?
Let me check actually.
So the first question is really simple. Are you a creator or a fan? Introduce yourself and your book. Use the hashtag Comicsgate Hour. And then, yeah, we had to help. Mike is here. Elliot Rodriguez is Bancroft here. It's kind of like one of those like promote your draw stream or your drawing type things, Bancroft, that they put on Twitter sometimes. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Magic Girl, Quiet Red Media, Shelley the Presty, Muttman. So yeah, I mean, like a decent start to it.
Now the problem with these things, which is I think why I ended up not participating in them anymore back in the day, is we don't have it here because we got 7. We had Snuggy in there, a few others as well taking part. I think Blue left some comments. Aldous. There are fans like getting involved, but I remember back in the day, it was just a lot like of that topic that we were talking about earlier in the week, which is like a whole lot of creators sharing their comics with other creators. The hope is it does get spread around and other, fans do get to see it, but that is that's a potential issue with the whole idea.
It's like I talked to you and Camel about it. It's like, do we need something like this? Because we have YouTube and all that. We have that fan interaction as it is. I don't know what the answer is. It can't really hurt.
Yeah, I don't think it hurts.
Yeah, I don't think it hurts. Mo says, Comicsgate Hour began with a simple dream. What if we could find a way to gatekeep Mo even more than we already do? Because, yeah, Mo's not on Twitter, is he, Bancroft?
No. Out of principle.
Oh, dude, he's not missing much, that's for sure. All right, so then the second question.
I don't mind Twitter.
You say that, but you abandon DM rooms quicker than anyone I've ever seen. It is a sight to behold. Michael Bancroft.
Just because I like Twitter doesn't mean I want to be in these. I don't want to get dragged into these DM bitching groups.
Yeah. So question 2 was, what is your favorite Comicsgate book and why? Some interesting choices here.
Let's have a look.
Black Forest by Mike.
I don't know what that is. Never heard of that one.
Is that a Comicsgate book? Or is that just like Alice's favorite book?
It looks It looks
Looks
new.
like
I mean, that looks.
Cecil's.
Yeah, I've never heard of that one.
Interesting. What do we got here? Wraith of God, man's been cleaning up, hasn't it? Like everyone loves that book. Good comment. Good.
Oh, you were waiting for me to say something. I thought you were just making
No,
a
like
passing comment. I was
I'll use
sipping my tea.
I'll use your name next time so you clear what I need from you.
I haven't read it, so I don't know what you want me to say. It's like, yes, I too have noticed that a lot of people enjoyed Wraith of God.
Zaid Phil says that is OG CG. Interesting. Black Forest.
I feel like when I
amazing.
was back in the early days of CG, I was hanging out mostly on Zach's channel, and I really didn't. I think I missed out on a lot of the first Ethan streams and stuff like that. I feel like I missed out on some stuff.
I feel like I came in after a lot of crazy people left, if that makes sense. Like I hear stories like, this person was a nightmare, but I haven't crossed paths with that person. Like they'll be for my time. Jasper says Alien Alamo is my favorite. Looking forward to Ghosts of Mate Come or whatever.
Matacumbi.
You said Cryptidnals, Bancroft.
Yeah, it's a great book. I mean, I don't look. Picking your favorite is, I can't really do that. But it's the I think it's the latest one I read. Really enjoyed it. Yeah, can't we went through a whole stream on it. Can't praise it enough.
Monster MD from Elliot, The Lucent. I've heard of that book. And then Wraith of God again.
Hello.
Yeah, I know you love that, don't you?
Why
There's
wouldn't
Aardvark. What's he got here? Company Man.
Company Man.
Yeah. Lots of good
Had that a
word of
bit.
mouth in that book. Do we have to call out Shelley the Presti here a little bit? What do you think?
No, you didn't. You asked the question. She gave you an answer. I don't know what more do you want? I mean, you didn't specify any rules.
It's her husband's book. I mean, come on, let's get outside of the family here. You know what I'm saying? Put your headphones in, Mike. I can hear myself. God damn. I would have thought you'd be a pro streamer. You would know this kind of stuff by now. Unbelievable. Snuggy's gone. Snuggy's gone from Downcast 3 and Groken for art. Yeah, that's funny. Lots of people say Groken for the art.
Agreed.
Groken for the
Best
art.
Definitely.
Blade Devil, Ghosts of the Past. Lots of people saying that book's good too, dude. Littlest Umbrella too. Very nice. And then so like, have you ever heard of this guy? That name? I've never seen that name before. So I mean, that's the thing. Like, these are people that we haven't seen. So we're reaching to them, Bancroft.
Is that why you're shaming him?
Shaming? What are you talking about?
Yeah. Because you're like, I don't know this guy. Who is he? What's his problem? Yeah.
Oh,
that's what it sounds like.
His problem is that he hasn't heard of me and you yet. That's his problem. Once he does, I mean,
that's a big problem.
That's a problem. So he's got Cyberfrog, Jawbreakers, 2100 Samurai. I have not heard of this book. Have you heard of this book?
Which Jawbreakers? Sorry, I wasn't looking.
This one.
Yeah. Out of all the Jawbreakers, that's my favorite. The original. John Malin artwork.
This is nice.
Is that by Phoenix? Is he sharing his own book?
I don't know.
No, that's a different dude. Yeah, people do like the intergalactic. What is it? Intergalactic
planetary.
Oh,
I had to do it. Eric was given this mad props the other day. He was saying that Von. I don't know if he said. So this is the problem with chatting to people after shows. Like they tell you things and you don't know if it was during the show or after the show. But he was basically saying that Von is like one of the best writers in CG. Like his dialogue is exquisite.
Everyone's been saying that for a while, I think. I think that's pretty commonly touted. Von's a cool guy. I really like listening to Von.
I don't know what this book is, but I mean, it's got my attention.
That's the match. That's the dames. That's those huge women that came out a little while ago.
You got to respect the boob size to head ratio at least. I mean,
well, I know it would appeal to you.
It does.
I mean, it's got you written. You are the target audience.
Yeah, hook, line, and sinker. Dame Gan, Monster MD, Cryptidinals, Octopus Cowboy. A couple of people said Octopus Cowboy either here or later in the other questions. We got 65 people in here, guys. If you hit subscribe, that'd be much appreciated, and like if you don't mind. Jack the
got
Ripper.
Octopus Cowboy. I haven't read it yet.
Typical Bancroft. Typical.
It's got so many books. Yeah, I backed a lot of books. I'm cool like
I
that.
wanted to get Jack the Ripper, but the shipping was too much. I can't remember what it was, but it was above my shipping
threshold.
Yeah, then I'm happy to pay. So there's that. Roach Balls, Monster MD. The good thing about it is there's just so many different answers. There's not just the Lucent, or it's not just Cyber Frog. Like there's a whole variety of different answers.
That like that? Who's saying it like that?
Well, that's what I was saying for.
You know.
Verukasaki for 5. Dojo Coon's projectile reptile on Indiegogo. 14 days left. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. We'll bring that up later. Just remind me. Yeah, so that was question 2. Question 2. What do you guys in chat think so far? What do you guys think? Do you like the idea of this? Do you hate the idea of this? It's one of my ideas. So
it's a very Rob idea.
It is, isn't it?
It's like no one else in CG would have thought to do this except you.
Well,
that's like 100%.
To be fair, no one could be fucked. No one else could be fucked to do something like this, I don't think.
I don't know. I think we have some go-getters.
Yeah, but they're like go get on a stream and get hundreds of people kind of go-getters. Arthur Line likes it. Phil doesn't know what's happening as per usual. Cut your mutton chops, Phil. My God. Look, GK1 says, looking at my books, I think CG has a large fantasy and horror audience. I think it does. Question 3. Which Comicscape book has flown under the radar and is actually awesome? The idea, Lethal Diva, is basically just asking a creator questions and the chat answer them. We do it once a week. We'll keep it going. I'll have a different person on next time. It was cool, though, Bancroft, cropping your art, because it looks really good when it's cropped.
I'll take that as a compliment.
That's a compliment. Did you see my crop here? I mean, I'm pretty happy with myself. Did you see this?
Oh, you stuck them together.
Yeah, because that wouldn't work like that big. So I had to add that little bit onto
otherwise
the
you're
side.
cropping in too much. I feel you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks good. That looks
Thanks,
good,
man. Thank you. So which book flew under the radar? Red Eyes 3. Perfect segue here.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, he doesn't even have 100 backers on such like one of the most gorgeous books of the year. Now, I said in my tweet, I can't vouch for the writing. I haven't read Red Eyes, but there's something to be said about someone who's put out 3 books already, very consistently. No, I've not heard any bad reports about David and in terms of fulfillment or anything. He's working on his 4th. The 4th looks amazing. Just what I've seen of the art. I mean, remember that.
The colorist is great. I've reached out to them a few times, but they're busy, and it hurts me that David has them because I want them.
I'm happy for David. I'm happy that he has such amazing art. Now, I would be happy if he got more backers, but again, I mean, it's not up to us. It's up to the people to decide that.
Yeah, it looks fantastic. Yeah, Paulie's art said, I don't think I've heard of it.
But yeah, out of all the, it's Red Eyes.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. Like, just not enough people have seen. I would be interested, Matt. You know how you've got in here, you've got the campaign insights, right? I would be interested to see how many people have actually seen the page. I mean, David, if you want to share that, by all means, because that will tell you a lot about what potentially the problem could be. But this looks
David's in
sick, man.
Switzerland. I mean, you can see it there. So he's like time zone wise, there's problems. The European guys have it the hardest, and then there's I don't know, it's a damn fine looking set of books. There's 3 of them already.
John says, wrench, Dave. You know what? Maybe I will. Maybe I will. If
You
he's
got a
not.
super chat, didn't you? Or did you read that out? Oh, you did. You did. Sorry, my bad.
I noticed Sumo.
Oh, you got gifted memberships. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, sweet. Who was that?
It was Sumo Thori.
Sumo.
Now Sumo.
You
He's
legend.
gifted 5 memberships. And I see Dave Brink, John Alexson, Perth Comics, Ronco Pop, and Generaton have all received Sumo's bound.
Oh, good. Bancroft is roboting. I thought it was just me and my internet, but I think it's Mike.
I think I'm on one.
He's watching something he should not be watching, I would say, is the answer. Yeah, so Red Eyes was underrated. Octopus Cowboy.
Am I back?
Yeah. Rokin. I don't know. Like, I don't know if I've heard of this book. Full stop.
Hello.
Yeah. So 1,800 views. That's probably your problem, man. I think off the top of my head, mine was like 10,000. So Bancroft's probably closer to 15 or 20,000 views. So that is your issue.
On what? On Waking Dream?
Yeah. Bring it up if you want. I
don't remember that.
Octopus Cowboy. What else we got here? Unhinged from Jason. And
why do you say it like that?
Because I forgot what his name was.
God, Jason.
Because I forgot his name. I'm like, fuck, come on, brain, work. You can do it. What is the worst thing about being a comic set creator? I should have put and/or fan as well, because fans are answering this too. I forgot. See, I changed it here. Blue says, finding out creators won't get graphic novels or trade paperbacks into various retail local comics distribution. If found to have prior CG association. Yep. Not reading the rest, it's too long.
You lost colorists or artists or something because of that.
Yeah, who hasn't? The internal drama from C.A. Pence. Yet. Yeah, but you have Mortal Enemies now, so I mean, I feel like I'm winning.
I'm sure you have Mortal Enemies too.
They just don't tell me. Figuring when a launch and campaign from James D. The bad rap from this of Elliot Rodriguez. Competing with.
See, I don't care about any of that stuff.
Competing with Mo for snarky comments.
You don't compete with Mo.
Wow, just way to just like diss 99.9% of CG Bancroft in one comment.
No, I'm saying like don't try and compete with his wit. You know, it's like trying to compete. Don't
Bancroft, fix your internet,
just play your game. Just play your game. I don't know, man.
You're going on like a pork chop last week. Oh, right, I got this fan-dangled new internet, 1 million megabits a second, and you can't even stream like a normal person. Bretsky the Great, Red Eyes backer, 112. You legend. Mel, can you go in there and sort him out? Like fix him up with something? Reboot your router?
I'm doing a speed test right now.
Speed tests in. You suck. Shelley says, dealing with the idiots spewing the false narrative. Ink spots, the stigma that has developed around you to haters spreading a false narrative. That's frustrating because it's nothing you can really change, but it is true. And what did Bancroft say? Let me read it like him. The hardest part for me is navigating people's interpersonal disagreements, but that happens with any group. For me personally, promoting people is toughest when I have to say no to creator because their book isn't quite there. How's that? Oh, you can't even yell at me or be disappointed with me because your internet's gone to shit.
My internet's fine. Share that.
Share this. Oh. I mean, I'm super jealous here because I have
I'm
like
not on
20.
I'm not on Wi-Fi either, so I don't know what's going on. You got another 5 memberships from the legend D.
My
Also
man.
one, Paulus Arts, Maromi, Jason Black, and Maiden Hell. Malin is in the house too. He's asking how to do the redirect after the stream ends. It's a whole kerfuffle, John. They do not make it easy. It's like there's a whole thing about it. It's it's so complicated. You probably have to jump like into a back room and walk you through it. It's not like I had to watch videos to learn how to do it.
You just want to jump into a back room with Malin. That's what you want to do. I mean, let's be honest here.
I was hanging out with Malin yesterday. I was showing him. I was walking home through the bushlands.
Were you really? I want to do more.
But then again, my internet cut out, so it's a recurring theme. But you didn't show my other comment that I said to that about you, what you asked, like what's the worst part about Comicsgate? Remember, I sent you another comment.
Did you?
Yeah.
Is it in here? Oh, answering your questions, Rob. Huh.
That was actually Camel who said that.
Mo says, Bancroft has programmed his router to shut down whenever he offers me praise. His firewall loves gatekeeping almost as much as he does.
It's not me, I swear. Share that screen.
This one?
They were my visits. 12,000.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah. What did they...
10 times more almost.
Yeah.
Than David. Yeah.
I mean, it is hard, isn't it? Because even 12,000 isn't much. I would kill to know how much like Ethan and Malin and Shane get, because I reckon it would be like hundreds of thousands.
Nah. Total visits?
No. Where's my emotes? They should be there, man. Where do we go? What else we got? Okay, so there was that one. Maybe Malin would like to do this one week. What is the best thing about being a comic?
All of Malin's responses would just be an exclamation mark.
Yeah, that would be too. Dave Brink says, the community. I've never felt I really fit in anywhere. Man, I still feel like that. And CG changed that. It doesn't matter who you are. Everyone within CG has a common passion that brings us together. I've never felt this much support before. Without CG, I would likely not be making comics anymore. I love CG. That's a good one. That's a great comment.
Hal Dave Brink.
ZV says the same thing. Let's keep looking here. See, like Youngus. Have you interacted with Youngus in any of your
Huge
in your streams? Have you seen him in your stream? You have?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so I don't know if I've seen him before.
He's been around here for ages.
As a lifetime fan, get to know some of my favorite creators. Hopefully more will be coming around, getting to know new people. Meeting, interacting with creators and fans. Yeah. Getting to hang out with like-minded people from Inkspots. As a fan from CA Pence says, the sheer variety of stories and ideas being put out there, there's so much creativity to find. Yeah, so that's basically it.
Oh,
I mean,
hey! You just passed over mine there. I mean, I was the
you
one
can
who was
read.
the main person, wasn't I?
Do you want to
Getting
read it? Or do you want
interviewed.
me to read it? Do you want me to read
Yeah,
it?
do it again in your gay voice. Enjoyed that.
Comicsgate are my people. It's the most fun.
No, hang
You
on.
can-
You're going a
you
bit
can-
far in this. Now.
No, it's the most fun you can have making comics. Every day there's something new. As a creator, though, tapping into the network of fans and like-minded artists and writers brought so many new readers to my book. How's that?
That was
Horrendous?
Let's never do that again, please.
Oh, God. I'm
How
enjoying
many
myself.
viewers did we lose during that?
Oh, it's Bretsky. Hujungus is my account for my book. There you go. Awesome. He also backed.
I agree with Phil. Yuck. That was just. Indiegogo says, "What a dork."
Rob's been taking Ethan lessons. What the fuck was that? Let's check this out.
No, Ethan's like SJW voice is actually funny and entertaining. That was just painful.
It's kind of like my emotional damage, huh?
Oh, nothing's as bad as that.
Joe Ball, Bancroft love. Oh no, that's bootleg. Bancroft loves tapping into trans. Mo says, why does Rob's Bancroft impression sound like Rob's voice the other night when I tried to stage an intervention for his chromosome hoarding? At least I have them.
An overabundance. Can we just move on from whatever the last like 2 minutes of the stream was? Let's just pretend like it never happened.
I don't know. Can we? I think it's done now.
Jasper had some good criticism for your thing. If you want to read that, you want to hide away from the.
You've done videos on all these lukewarm topics already, Rob. What else can I do, Jasper? What else can I do?
Other stuff.
Like what? Tell me
stuff.
and I'll do it. Tell me and I'll do it.
I did a video today on why leftists hate heroes.
I mean, that just sounds horrible.
I got 9 subscribers and counting. It's been picked up by the algorithm.
There you go. Bootleg says, wait, Rob was doing a gay voice? It just sounded normal to me. Yeah, it happens. What was the other thing we're talk about, Mike?
I don't know.
There was 2 things.
It's your show.
There was 2 things. Oh, yes. Indiegogo. Oh, this is something I really want to ask John about one day. Mandy says, hey, Indiegogo, your customer support abandoned me and my contact there doesn't even respond anymore. No resolve, no communication, and you won't even tell me what I could possibly do to make the Gemshock campaign promotable. F you, I'll do it myself from now on. God damn. What do you think
she means when she says that? Like she's just going to do it all through her own site?
I wouldn't be surprised, man. Like she has a big following now. She's getting mad views on her channel. She's getting like 150 people plus on her shows now. Just her shows.
Way more.
Yeah, way more. It's been a while. Rob, Bootleg says, Rob, you should do a show that doesn't suck.
We're trying to get there.
Thanks. What do you?
I don't know. Like maybe they're just. I don't know. I know a lot of people are saying, oh, like the SJWs are taking over Indiegogo. I don't think that's what's happening. At least I don't see any evidence of that yet. I do think they seem to be, I don't know, short-staffed or something. I'm not the only person. Obviously, there's Mandy. There's I've been speaking with Chubbs of Mary Boys. He's going through the same thing. Just not getting any response from customer service, which when you've got, there's a lot of money on the line and you should be able to at least talk to someone within a few days. I think that's reasonable. The fact that we're just sort of being left in the dark for weeks. Is and look, again, all I'm asking for is a little bit of transparency and communication here. What's the problem? How do I fix it? I'm not looking to like fight the power. I just want to, first of all, I just want to make sure that my book's going to show up in the explore section. That's all.
Yeah.
Will it promote? Because there's people who have launched. We know them. 656, Kami Mark. Who else? Mandy. PTP. Bunch of guys who have launched and spent 2 weeks or more ongoing. Please don't show my DMs. It was all right. There was nothing. All the ragging on everyone in Comicsgate happened before that. All those people like spent weeks and sometimes longer not being promoted. Phil Diaz, so it's not like an unreasonable concern that if my sign up page isn't being promoted, I don't think it's unreasonable of me to wonder if the campaign when it goes live won't be promoted.
Yeah, because they've got this whole go-go factor thing and no one knows how it really works, but there's like go-go factor 95 or 90 and then like 98, and you have to meet a certain amount of criteria to get that go-go factor, but you don't really know what it is. Dave says here, they don't care. I contacted them a while ago that Perfect 10-3 is not listed in the comics section. I'm still waiting to get a simple reply from a human being. Ridiculous.
How long ago was that, Dave? Yeah, I just don't think they're responding anymore. There used to be a guy that sort
Joel.
of like when I opened up the sign up page, he actually reached out to me and said, "Oh, I see you're starting a new campaign. That's cool. Is there anything I can help you with?" And I said, "Oh, not right now. Thanks for reaching out. If I run into anything." I did run into something. So I reached out to him and he said, "I don't actually do this anymore. I'll pass you on to there's a dedicated comics team or something now." And they're the ones who are just not responding to anything. So I don't know if they exist. I don't know what's happening.
That's a new change because I emailed the same guy because you mentioned it yesterday and I'm like, I'll look through my contacts because the guy I spoke to, he got back to me, actually fixed my issue. So I'm like, I'll look him up for Mike and send him the details. It's the same guy.
Yeah.
So from, I think it was July, I asked. So from July till now, something has changed in that space itself. And
I was in contact with him probably around the same time. It was all fine. Different things. But yeah, it's just recently, I don't know, maybe August, September, something's changed.
they don't want our money. Exactly what's going. I mean, there are lots of creators having this issue, Bancroft. Like it's getting really concerning.
It's going to be ridiculous.
And I know that we don't like talking about the other platforms. We want to make Indiegogo the home. That's where we've been the whole time, but they're making it hard. Yeah, it's Joel Malin, but he's not answering. Well, he's answering.
Well, no, he answered me. He answered me. He said, "I just don't
off.
deal with this stuff anymore."
Yeah.
Passed me on to a new team, comics team, and they're not answering. So maybe I'll reach back out to Joel and say they're not answering. Maybe that's the way to go. I don't know. Like maybe that team just isn't. I don't know. Maybe it's outsourced and they're just not. That's the thing. I don't know. Just don't know.
Yeah.
I want to know, but I don't.
Indiegogo going full Kickstarter. I don't know.
No, Kickstarter seems to be doing okay these days. Like people are getting their things up. There don't seem to be. I haven't heard of any censoring lately. I mean, they did have that issue a few months ago with the fake campaigns. I haven't seen that recently, so maybe they did whatever they needed to do to stamp that out.
Mandy's got her site set up now for her own.
Oh, look at that.
Yep.
I wonder what
So,
that's on. Shopify?
I don't even know.
Oh,
Doesn't
look at
really
that.
doesn't really say.
No, it won't tell you. Was it Jasper, I think, said, I don't really explore comics on Indiegogo. Just get the direct link. I think a lot of us do. I think, a lot of us who are here every day, that's how we get our links. But I think you want to reach the sort of more casual potential backer. Yeah, they're probably
Well,
not going to be hanging out in live streams or that sort of stuff. So that's where I think that extra promotion from just being on the page comes from on Indiegogo. And like, we don't know how much that accounts for the percentage of how much our campaigns make, but we noticed that when you do your 30-day, you end your 30 days, like there's an uptick. There really is. I don't know how much of that has got to do with FOMO, but most people in CG understand that you're going to extend to 60 days anyway. So, but it does uptick. So I do think that does play some sort of thing in it. And then towards the end of the campaign, the end of the 60 days, it really goes up. And you'll be like trending at the top for a day or two when that happens, and you notice you get a lot more backers. I mean, everyone who's run a campaign knows that. And the people who didn't show up noticed that their campaigns weren't performing as well as previously. I think everyone is a little bit surprised that Gemshock isn't doing better than it is, because it's got Dalkion on it. Mandy's star is just rising. Everyone loves the look of the character. It's a really cool concept. Probably, we hate saying this, it probably should be a 100K campaign. How much of that has been affected by the fact that the only way to find it on Indiegogo is if you get a direct link through her streams, which are her fans already, which you have already backed it.
And that's the thing, like they don't tell you that there's a problem, so you don't realize that you need to make changes to make it a better option for whatever algorithm shit they're using. It's just it's done. You find out afterwards, exactly like Zayd did. Like, he found out like 2 or 3 weeks afterwards that it wasn't showing up. Maybe it wasn't that long, Phil, but the damage is already done. Like, you want this stuff to be sorted when you've already, like, by the time you launch, which is frustrating. Like, look what Mandy's done to the campaign, dude. This is just sensible.
Well, look, that stuff is, obviously I don't agree with that, but if that's the way they want to run their company, I mean, okay, just be clear about it. Just say, yeah, we're not going to allow you to have bikini boobs on your page, or ass shots or whatever, or small bikinis. Just be upfront about it, and don't like put people in shadow bans without letting them know what the deal is. Because it doesn't say you can't have bikini women in the terms and conditions. I checked.
Yeah. And people say, like, the terms and conditions have changed, and that's just what it is. And it's just like, well, that's bullshit, because it wasn't always like that. It's shithouse.
Mo says Bancroft circumvents potential Indiegogo censorship by not giving Ella nipples at all. I'm ahead of the curve on this one.
Bootleg says, man, if Dale would just get a pit book done, he would make $1 million. He won't have to worry about money ever again. I can't wait for the Pit Omnibus and the new series. Yeah. It'd be interesting. I think we've talked about this before. If he'd beat Ethan or not. I don't know if he would. I don't know if he would. Has this got any more backers? Let's check.
Yeah, I think he did pick up another one in the chat. Or maybe that's already been counted.
Yeah, Bretsky backed it a while ago.
GK1. We have altered the terms of service, Calrissian. Pray we don't alter them any further. Yeah.
I do wonder how Malin feels about it, because he's been like a really staunch defender of Indiegogo or supporter
The right
of
to breast. I thought you were talking about, like, because that's one of the reasons why he was trying to, he was happy to get away from the mainstream, because he had editors who were like, make the boobs smaller, make the waist wider, don't make the hips so wide, that sort of thing.
I was on stream with him the other day, and he was like telling me about his edits, and like he had to move the angle of a hip, and I'm just like, that just sounds fucking stupid. What a waste of time moving a hip. I he just talked about that last night, did he? Yeah, I'm wondering what he's feeling about it though, because he's been a big supporter of keeping everyone together on Indiegogo, but it seems right now that there are so many people like already moved over to at least have Kickstarter as well as Indiegogo. I wonder how he feels about that. If he feels like Indiegogo only is still the way to go. I know he felt like that a while ago. I don't know if he still does. It was interesting though. Yeah. You got anything else on that?
No.
Cool. That's the show. Oh, cool. Maybe Human says, I think Malin mentioned he softened his position on the Kickstarter after they fired that team. Cool. Someone, I think it was Dave earlier, said about Zoop that he found out Camilla Khan was in Zoop. Yeah.
Camilla Khan. God!
That's her name, isn't
Zan.
it? Oh,
Zong? Zhang?
Zhang?
Camilla Zhang. Zhang? Might be Zhang.
Zhang? Who cares? Seven says, I really like using Indiegogo. Me too. I like the fact it takes the money out straight away, and you can see the perks, and it's good. Kickstarter is not like that, but it is a bigger platform.
As your father says, no, it's Shaka Khan. It's Shaka Khan.
Shaka Khan.
It's the Zulu nation over there. Yeah. No, I mean, look, Zhang she was hired by them. Yeah. Now we don't know why.
Yeah.
We don't know what she's doing, but she's not the company. It's like she works for them. She doesn't own it. She's not a founder. But yeah, I mean, it seems pretty cool. They've given him a proper. Is he still on the homepage?
Well, I just loaded it, and he's here. He's right here at the top.
Right up there. But is he still on the homepage? I mean, you got to go back, like go to just zoop.gg. Just gotta wait a second. Or is it over there? Can you? Yeah, looks like you can. They've taken it off. That's right. Scroll down a little bit. He might be right underneath.
Yeah, he always here.
Like you don't get that. You don't get that on Indiegogo or Kickstarter. Like you'll get your preferences, but that's for anyone. Like Rob's not even signed in there, which is pretty cool. I don't know what sort of traffic they're pulling. And yeah, Dave Feed says they look like hardcore SJW Central. Well, like I read their about thing. It was just normal corporate jargon. They said they're inclusive of all ideas, which is, I don't think SJWs would say that.
Dave says, I do really like the layout of Zoop. First hits a free back in is where they get you. Zoop looks like, I just read that one. I don't know if this is the right kind of term or thought, Bancroft, but this kind of feels like free money. Like you don't have to work for this. You're not going to send your backers to Zoop. You're going to send them where Indiegogo.
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on, like, he doesn't have another campaign. He doesn't have another Indiegogo campaign to send anyone currently. He's out there. I see him on Twitter all the time. He was on my show asking people to go back him on Zoop. So I don't necessarily think so. Look, I think there are, there's people who are becoming more aware of Zoop, and yeah, they have potential to go visit it and find him and back it. And there are people who back comics on Kickstarter, who don't back on Indiegogo. But I think you still got to promote it, unless the site really puts in an effort to promote it for you. I don't know, like PTP's doing his Kickstarter Indiegogo joint thing, and by all accounts, he's been like busting his hump around at conventions and all sorts of stuff, trying to get people to go on and back him over there. I don't know.
I think I've asked this before, but do you reckon the best way to do it is do like an Indiegogo, then like your Kickstarter, or do them like simultaneously? Mo says, Rob, have you considered doing some crossover marketing with the other replicator on Indiegogo? I'm going to look this up. What is this? This is going to be bad, isn't it?
Have you honestly not looked up replicator in Indiegogo? You don't know what it leads to? Oh, this is going to be glorious. No, pull it up. Make sure your screen is there.
Okay, hang on. I'm not looking.
What's the third one?
Oh, this one. Right. Let's click on it.
It's replicating something else. Oh, be careful. Be careful. There's things on this page that YouTube will not want you to show. How did you not know this?
Well, I knew about this. I've talked about this multiple times. I didn't know it came up when you searched replicator. So
yeah, it's because it replicates. It replicates a known experience out there. So congratulations on that. I mean, you are officially affiliated.
Maybe I could put in like a cease and desist.
I don't think so. I don't think you own the word replicate.
I feel like I should. I feel like
John
says it's overrated, not speaking from any experience or anything. Replicator action figures? Cool. That's funny. What else pops up under replicator? Oh, my stuff. Look at that. Look at these beautiful cover works. Phil says, Rob doesn't even look up his own character names to check if they're comic characters already. You think he looks on IGG?
Good point.
I think Onslaught's a great name. Just because someone else
that's why other people used it.
Yeah. I'm just, I come up with these ideas myself. Replicators were the bad guys in Stargate. Yes, they were. Yeah, it makes you think, Mike, should we just be doing something else? Should we just be doing something like this instead?
What do you mean? Instead of making comics?
Yeah, we could.
I don't know. Are you in this to make money? Is that like your goal? Because there's probably 1,000 ways that you can make money easier than going through comics. 10,000 easier ways.
Bootleg says, after hearing Rob talk on streams, I'm hoping his replicator comic is all silent action because his dialogue and vocabulary seem very limited.
Yes. It is pretty much that, yes. Rob hates dialogue heavy comics.
What the shit? You had a video. Do you have that comic page that you showed on that video the other day?
I do.
Because that was insane, right? I'd rather have no words than that amount of words. Sell yourself on Family Fap, Rob. Okay, we can do that. Can we get some new emojis? Sure, dude. I can sort that out.
Yeah, it limits your it limits the number of emojis you have based on how many members you have. So as long as he's got enough members, you should be able to put up new emojis. Where the hell did I save that thing? I probably deleted it, knowing me. Downloads. Where is it? I'll just Google it.
Mo says Replicator 3 would have benefited from a few less lines of dialogue, specifically the jokes. Gotcha. I'll take that on board. Omega Storm Graveyard Shift. launched this week. 441 backers already, nearly 45,000 US dollars. John is my. I know. I hope he's not in chat still, but he's actually my favorite person in CG outside of our little clique. Bancroft, he's my favorite. Can I say that? Just
Bit
did.
gay.
Is a bit gay. I have respect for him. Let's put it that way. I have respect for the Malin.
Did you not see this when it came out?
I did, but
Do you
I
remember
saw it
what
again.
comic it is?
No. What comic is
It's
it?
Amelia Clark's comic. The Mum.
Wow.
Comic.
Oh, really? This is.
Yeah,
Is
do you
this
want me
the
to read this?
Is this the period chick with the period powers with the armpit hair? Is that her?
Yeah, I think it might be. All right. Hello there. My name is Maya Cooper. I'm a 29-year-old single mum, a high school dropout chemical engineer, part-time sex worker, Thai food junkie, and biological freak of nature. Scorpio and blood moon rising. No drama, no water signs. I like Ruth Bader Ginsburg speeches and Martha Stewart living. I enjoy more children's television shows, and it's probably healthy. I lie to myself every January about using the elliptical I bought 4 years ago for anything more than expensive clothes hanger. I get anxiety from feeling like I don't listen to enough podcasts about controlling anxiety, and I made a pacifist run on Undertale my first time through, including escaping the bullet hole. Thank you very much. I am currently trapped schmoozing at an Upper West Side corporate after party as part of my boss's entourage for a female empowerment in the workplace initiative. The last CFO had to step down after getting caught soliciting what turned out to be several thousand Mexican scorpions in a trench coat as part of a viral prank sensation. So here we are. And that was in a real comic.
Do you imagine, like, if this was real life, can you imagine how hot this chick would have to be for you to listen to that amount of talking?
I mean, I don't mind dialogue and narration and exposition as much as you do, but that's like something else. And I like, it's just like, I'm a high school dropout chemical engineer, part-time worker, like part-time sex worker. It's just,
So she's
it's
saying
like
she's
they
a drug
threw
dealer,
things at a
basically.
dartboard.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Can I point out something? I don't know if you agree with me here, but do you see like the subtle shadows under the word balloons? Just further highlighting the fact that what she's saying is more important than anything else going on in the background. It's
all about who wrote it. And it's her first comic. Presumably she doesn't read comics. She just probably heard, oh, this is a good way for you to get a written thing out there. And then as well, that sometimes a lot of comics get made into movies, and you get you get a writing credit on your name, and also you get to fight the feminist agenda stuff, because comics is all about that. Like, that's why she's probably got into this. But yeah, it's pretty blatant. I mean, I made that point too. She's the only one who's like, her colors are properly saturated. Everyone else is washed away. Everyone else is wearing suits or white or gray or brown. She's in color. She's flashy and splashy. Yeah, it's not storytelling.
And why do the letters look shit too?
Well, it's not traditional. I mean, it's in lowercase, and they would have to do lowercase, otherwise it would just like.
But the balloons, like the balloons themselves, they're just like big ovals.
Well, I don't know. I mean, that's what they're supposed to look like. But
I don't know, man. I don't know if Eric would do that. I reckon Eric could make that look decent.
Well, this one here is not good. Like, that's too oval. But this one here, the shape isn't too bad. The others aren't. Like, maybe this one's just stuffed up.
Perth says she's writing it like she's writing a novel, but who wants to read that novel? I mean, that is just ridiculous.
Well, that's the whole thing. That's why I said that the whole point of me bringing up is this is narcissism. This is someone who's trying to make something about her. And just because she's famous, thinking that people are going to want to read that. So that was like the point that I brought it up.
Sketch 51 says, I know she's not real, but I still hate it. Yeah, dude, I feel you. Mo says, the dialogue is trash and Rob is nitpicking the fucking word balloon shapes. Well, what do you expect? You can't be surprised. You can't be shocked anymore, Mo. Like, seriously, it's been like 2 years of this. You should be used to it by now. Yeah, but Graveyard Shift. I want to see these images a bit bigger.
Yeah, I brought that up earlier.
This looks great. This looks great.
Really good colors too.
Yeah, I wonder who he's got on colors. I DM'd
Probably the
Rini.
same guy he often gets.
I slid into Rini's DMs to ask her about a colorist. Do you know what she said?
Yeah, she's not naming them.
She said nothing. She didn't reply to me. Oh, that's fair.
Yeah. She's not. I asked her too, but I asked her just because I wanted to like shout them out.
Really?
Because I was like, oh, this is really cool. She's not naming them. I don't know if it's like their secret or she just doesn't want anyone stealing them. Either way, I respect her boundaries.
It gets like that though. Like, especially with colorists, like they get locked onto jobs and they're really hard to get off the job. So if you find someone, you don't really want to share them that much. I get that. This was great. This is great. Tommy Patterson's a really good artist. Who's on colors? Various. He's sick. I really love his work. No, nothing. Okay, fair enough.
I don't know who Various is.
I assume it's just a whole mixture of different people. Dave says
it's like literally Various. I thought it was like
Yeah.
a code name. Okay.
No. Dave says, I don't quite understand the Graveyard Shift campaign. The book is presented. It's called Supplemental 4, but the campaign is for something else.
Well, it's from what I understand, it is now Mark told me this and I'm going to get it wrong. It is what happens between I think book 4 and maybe book 5 or another supplemental, but yeah, they're trying to really build out the world. You can see if you scroll down, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of characters in this thing now. So that you can't all put them into one. Well, you can do it. It's not easy. Put them all into one series. So that's what's my takeaway from it is they're doing a lot of these supplementals, as many as the main book, to sort of introduce the characters into the world. A spin-off, Jasper says. Yeah, basically a spin-off.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's 140 pages, I'm going to assume it's like self-contained. It's a big story.
Mo says, even if Rob was able to figure out who Rini's colorist is, she would just reject Rob and, like every colorist, spare his feelings by pretending it's CG. That's fair. That's fair. I bet Rob has said this before, but Kyle, you are CG. Yeah, I mean, I did ask Kyle if he wanted to color something for me. He didn't write back. So, I mean, I get it. It is me, but what are you going to do? Maybe Human says, I like Malin's books. The colors are so vivid. His work, when I was on his channel the other day, his work on Cable was amazing, dude. It's amazing.
Yeah, I really dig John's art.
I know.
Just don't see enough of it.
No.
See more. He doesn't like to show it off.
You kind of forget Malin as an artist, don't you? Or is that just me? Like
it's probably you.
Yeah, he's
I forget a lot. I forget a lot of people are artists. I'm like, oh yeah, that guy can really draw. But you just he's like a goofball hanging out on a stream. And that guy's like really talented.
Rob, have you seen Tommy's work in the supplemental book 3? I think so. I
haven't read it. I've got it. I haven't read it yet. It's on my I've got so many books I need to read. but it's on the list.
What campaign should we bring up, guys? Any campaigns we should bring up?
Well, there was a projectile reptile that's
yes,
ending
thank you.
soon.
Bring that up.
I don't think he's funded yet. Speaking of campaigns that haven't funded yet, there's also Rift Riders. I think that's sitting at 59% or something.
Projectile reptile. Yeah. A few people are saying it could use some help. Yep, it sure could. So he's got to get what, $1,700 roughly? 1659. It's quick maths to get funded.
I try not to do maths on stream.
I
That's
know,
the Ask Grab cover.
yeah, literally.
By Renzo. I think that one's probably my favorite, the Renzo cover.
This one?
Yeah.
Then you got Shelby's cover here. And then some art pages.
What's that? Him looking at a computer screen there? Oh, that's the digital tier. All right, he's showing you. This could be you.
This could be you reading your comic on a computer. I'd change this image, man. I'd make this like one image, not three separate plus the header.
Like,
plus
I
the
would
logo.
probably choose to zoom in on the Arts Grab cover, but then Indiegogo might be like, no.
Yeah, you can't win.
Know.
You can't win.
Well, you're not going to win if you don't play the game.
That's true. Billy says, I've got to read Graveyard Shift 1, 2, and 3 this weekend, along with a ton of other CG stuff I've gotten recently. I've got to catch up, man. I'm so far behind. It's ridiculous.
Oh, I've got tons of books. I've got that. I've got Octopus Cowboy there. They've got so many I need to get to. The one that I'm reading right now is massive, though. Like, it's going to take me a long time.
Hunter Ninja Bear?
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
I think I'm up to like book 4 or something in it.
How did he fund that, dude? Because, like, he's got Ivan Nunes and colors, which must cost just a shitload. And it's like, what, 300 pages or some crazy thing?
Yeah, but it was already done.
It's already done,
like,
yeah.
Yeah. It's like it's previous issues that they've collated into an omnibus.
All right, fair enough.
So, yeah, that's why it was like $30 for 360 pages. It's like it's already made artwork.
Crackhead says, I've got like 20 books I still need to read. I've been swamped lately with all the channel work. I'm sorry, man. I mean, the 100,000 plus views you're getting on your videos, it's not feeling that sorry for you right now.
Calm down. Jesus. Got a little bit of
I'm joking.
Happiness for your friend.
I'm joking. It's amazing. I hope you get bigger than everyone else. 500,000.
I said to him, this will make $1 million. Like when it hit about 200,000, I was like, this is going to make $1 million because it's evergreen. There's no like more people are going to get into the show. It's already got 2 seasons. You know that Sandman show still hasn't got its 2nd season yet.
Well, that's because it was a bunch. They're all gay, weren't they? All of them. You said.
Well, I mean that they say like that's awesome. You know, that's what the people are celebrating. That I don't know. No, I just know.
He promoted on Eric July's channel. Right. Mo says, Robert Myers, Jeremy, so much that he started his own giveaway mere days after Jeremy announced his. That's the kind of person I am. You know, a team player. Mike, what else you got, man? I've got that's it. I've got nothing else. So you tell me what you've got.
I don't come here prepared.
Well, you think on your feet. You're You're a good thinker.
Let me think here.
Zaid says, how do I take the color out of an image in Clip Studio? Roken? Yeah, I'll bring up Roken. Why not?
I don't use Clip Studio for coloring. I wouldn't have a clue how to do that.
Did you like my meltdown Bancroft on Eric Stroh the other day? What did you think of that?
Yeah, I was laughing, but now when you bring it up, I don't really
It's not,
remember what it was about.
it's not really funny
What were
anymore.
you melting down? No, what were you melting down over? I can't even remember. You're always grumbly.
It was about image quality on campaigns or something. I think that's what it was about. Or videos. I can't remember. This looks great.
Yeah, we looked at this ages ago.
That was great. Look at that. Look at that.
Do you not
Those
remember
colours.
this?
Yeah, I remember this. I remember this.
You say it like it's like this is the first time I've seen this. No, I remember this.
You know.
Now remind me, who does Roken? Is that Ken Jack Ben?
Ben Jackson, Mac
Must
Hedgeshroom.
be. Sounds like him. Yeah.
That's an interesting last name, Max Hedgeshroom. God, I'm
Well, I
sounding
think
like
I think that's like a stage name.
Yeah.
John says, out of ideas, Rob, how about wrench David Fee? Justice for David.
Yeah, I'll do that right now. Where is he? There he is. Ba-boom. Done. That's how we do it out here in Australia.
Did you say baboom?
Ba-boom. I might start doing some of those exploration videos, Bancroft. I did really enjoy doing it. I might do that again.
Exploration videos?
Yeah. Well, I did it when I was on Mail Stream once. I went exploring, and Dal Keown was really getting into it. Like, trying to find the kangaroos, looking down in holes.
What, like an actual video?
Yeah, or a stream.
You're
or
do
something.
videos of you out
or a stream,
in the
or a
bush.
stream.
Yeah, I think it's probably more of a stream idea. I'm just thinking like the point of making videos is you're trying to make them as appealing as possible to as wide an audience as possible.
What if I did a video and I got bitten by a snake? That would be pretty appealing.
Yeah, it would, but it's like all comes down to what you're trying to do with your channel. Like you might get they might go viral. You get 500,000 views on your Rob gets bitten by a snake, and then all of your viewers now are just interested in seeing you getting bitten by a snake, and they're not interested in replicator. See where it can go afoul?
Yes.
You could be the next Steve Irwin. You kind of look a bit the part,
mate. There is like a paddock that's all fenced in, just randomly, like a kilometer from my house. There's no structures in there. There's nothing in there. It's just fenced off, and it's got a new lock on it. And I'm like, what? Why is it there? What is it for? I need to know.
This is what keeps you up at night.
Yeah, and that snail too. That snail keeps me up at night. I mean, it could be coming for me still. Sumo says, do you guys actually listen to yourselves when you come up with these ideas? No.
I mean, I listen to Rob Sumo, and I'm hearing the same thing you are.
Genius.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
Rob has the brain pan of a stagecoach driver. Thanks. That's a compliment. Trevor says, I would pay serious money to see Rob eaten by a koala. Yeah, that's one thing I couldn't give you guys. I couldn't give you koalas. They're just not around here.
What do you think? Ethan said something today. He said, stop making unboxing videos. Like it's not anything to open a box and show everyone what you got. Like, let's start making some more reviews and story discussion videos. I used to do the deep dive videos, and I don't know if it was because of how I was doing it or whatever, But yeah, they weren't like bringing the house down or anything. But is that something that people are more interested in, like getting into the stories a bit more, into the characters? Is that something you'd be interested in, Rob? Like if I got, because we haven't read Wraith of God. What if I got Aaron Lepresti on to do like a deep dive on Wraith of God because everyone's saying it's so awesome.
As long as it didn't turn into just like a promotion stream, like as long as you're actually talking about the making of the book and character and
It wouldn't really
story
be the
stuff.
making of the book. It's what the book is about.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jasper, it wouldn't be a critique. It would be a like, what is this about? Like, let's get into it. Because when you have that, when you're doing it just on the campaign page, like I'm talking about, we would have to have a book. If I don't have the book, it would have to be a digital copy, or at least like enough pages where we could go through it. I would probably have to have read it beforehand so that I know exactly what I'm talking about. Mo says, I disagree. The Dwarfs versus Lion unboxings. That is one where I agree with that, Mo. I got Dwarfs versus Lion and Aerith Tape 2 today and blew my mind. I mean, he threw in a whole bunch of other stuff for me. Actually, let me share that because I don't think Mo's seen that. He threw in another bunch of other stuff. Like Aerith put together some legit packages with some very cool goodies. But yeah, I have obviously, I just got it today. I haven't read the books or anything yet. I could do that tonight. I could read what happens in Dwarfs versus Lion tonight. That'll be fun.
Phil says, Mike, I'm going to steal this idea and do it before you do. Do it. That's what Mike does. So, he'd appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, is it a good idea? Is like videos, streams, how long should they be? I don't want to review things. I don't want to give critiques or anything like that. Like, I felt like this was had a weak middle part or like that sort of stuff. I think the art could have been better. Like, I don't want to do any of that. I just want to talk about the characters a bit more and the stories. We get so much into the promotion side of things and hey, let's just sell books, sell. Sometimes you need to stop and smell the roses. I loved it. Like when I went on to Jeremy's stream to talk Lucent, that's still one of my favorite all-time streams ever.
Really?
Yeah. I was having a blast just like getting into the nitty-gritty. I'm all about it.
Should like we as creators be putting like more back story into the comics? Like not technically like actual comic pages, but like more kind of like what you did with the character interviews, like more stuff like that. Just to flesh out the world a bit more. What do you think?
I think it's a good idea because a lot of times we're putting these books out with a pretty big wait time between it. So it's a lot to ask of people. I'll just wait, until you've got friggin' 5 or 6 issues in your hand and then you'll know more. I think that's a lot to ask. So I do like the idea of it. Here, let me show this to Mo. So yeah, Brian sent Victoria and Clark some presents. Mo, you probably haven't seen this. And this is what they did.
Hail Crack Pack. Bow. Hail Crack Pack. Bow. Hail Crack Pack.
That's so cool.
Look at how Victoria, like, she mouths the bow too.
That's yeah.
There you go.
That's awesome.
My kids. They wore them out. Like they went out shopping in their Crack Pack t-shirts today. Their matching Crack Pack t-shirts.
What does it say on it?
It says Bow Crack Pack World Order.
Oh,
something like that.
Did anyone say anything like why Michael Bancroft, why are your children advertising Crack Pack?
Well, for one, we don't really have crack in Australia, so I don't think anyone would take it seriously. And two, as I said, you don't have to actually smoke the crack to back the pack. So Yeah, it's cool. It's fun. Get them started young. That's it. Yeah. The kids, like Clark watches the video game show. He doesn't have the sound on, but he loves
Thank-
watching it.
Thank God for that.
Victoria likes watching some of the shows sometimes. Yeah, I mean, they get amongst it. Victoria knows everyone in CG.
Your kids are so nice, though. They've got lovely manners.
Well, they do
Good
around
job, Mel.
company.
Good job, Mel. Good job,
They
Mel.
do around company. I don't know if that's always the same.
You're gonna have to come up
Table
here
manners
soon,
are
mate,
a bit lacking.
because the weather's getting nice, and take your kids up to see the kangaroos. We can go root.
Oh yeah,
hunting.
they would love that. Like,
Yeah.
absolutely flip. We obviously don't get kangaroos here in civilization like you do.
Phil says just lettered this week's membership comic strip. Cool.
Oh yeah. They do. They're doing a comic book strip for their members. What do you think of that?
Cool. Yeah, that's awesome, man. If you want to show us, Phil, and I'll show it like a preview for people. That would be cool. But I mean, maybe you don't. Maybe you just want the members only to see it.
I think
Bridley
it's good
says,
to advertise it.
I looked up Dwarves versus Lion and it brought up the Cambodian Midget Fighting League. Now I want that as a comic book too.
Well, if you want it, make it.
Rob, I think I found your new intro to replace the Weller Man.
Just a loop of Hail Crack Pack. Bow!
It's not bad.
I like how Clark really sold the bow too. He really put
he gets into it. He's a good actor. I mean, he could be
when he was
like,
but he was very young, like real young when he'd be saying things like quack pack like that and other stuff that he would just hear on the streams, because you don't know how much they're listening until they hit you with a quack pack.
Yeah. Mini Glorious Rex. Yeah. Shane is a machine though. Like that dude, him and Graham Nolan are probably two of the dudes that get shit done. What do you think? You got he's done Inglorious Rex and Starlight Cats. Now he's on Inglorious Rex 2. And that's like in the last 2 years, if that. Graham Nolan is putting out work like a crazy man. Nothing to add to that. Got nothing to add to that.
I mean, I don't know what I can really say. I'm jealous. I wish I could be in that position. I didn't, unfortunately. I didn't put in the 20, 30 years of work becoming a legend in the field.
Yeah, why not?
Before
what were you
that,
doing?
I was doing other things. I was wasting my time working, playing cards. I don't know, doing other things, living life, not strapped behind a desk. They're doing great. I'm really excited. People seem to be very pumped for the Matacumbe thing. Inglorious Rex will be, I guess it's going to be going out pretty quick. Oh, Phil sent a little preview.
Yeah, that's wicked. I've thought about doing just like a page or two, like not in a comic book. Just I don't know where I'd put it, but just expanding on certain things that are happening in the book. I think this is a great idea, Phil. Written by Phil, art by Alan Alonso. It's great. Fantastic.
Yeah, it's just like, you would love to do so many things. It's just like getting these things going and then keeping it up. I did daily videos for a month just as a sort of experiment. Maybe it was more than a month, to see what would happen. And it was a great result. I think I ended up with, I don't know, 70,000 views that month or something. Maybe a bit more. But it's a lot to commit to. It's a lot. As long as they can pump these things out at a cheap and a good pace. I think it's a cool idea. People want to
Yeah,
get
so-
something for being a member.
Yeah.
I give the sneak peek previews. Are you gonna start giving anything?
Well, I do the sneak peek previews as well. Have you not been paying attention, Mike?
I've sort of, I don't know. I've seen all that stuff before, so I like you show them to me in DMs anyway. So
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about doing a giveaway, but you're so negative on that idea that you've put
I'm
me
not
off
negative on
entirely.
it.
So
As for your members, no, I'm
yeah,
just like, yeah, I mean, do what you want.
you're just like, why would you do that? It's a terrible idea. I mean, that's a complete Rob idea. Why do that?
I don't remember saying that at all.
Why would you say that to me? Why would you put that in my head? Why would you take it away from the members, Bancroft? They might want some original art.
Maybe I'll win some.
Maybe. Cracker says recorded videos are a ton of work, but bring in a lot more subs than streaming. Yep.
What would happen if everyone in CG who streams, not only the people who do streams, who put them on, but the people who go on them, started putting out regular videos as well, 3 times a week, every single person?
Mm.
I think that would really grow
I
this
reckon.
thing crazy.
I reckon John ranting about things would blow up.
Yeah, his videos used to be massively popular.
Yeah.
It's all about getting into the habit and actually doing it.
I don't know. I say still, I don't know how you find stuff to talk about every time. That's the thing. I mean, I just go on Twitter and find stuff. Like, what? How?
Let's have a look.
How?
Let's have a look what I've been up to. Hold on a sec.
Did giveaway. Let me bring up my chat here.
All right, let's look. Paulus Arts says, let CG reverberate throughout YouTube. And Jeremy agrees, yeah, it would really help growth. That's what I'm saying. Like, here's the thing. We were talking about this with Camel just earlier. Whenever we go live or whenever we make a video and Shane starts streaming or John starts streaming, or especially if Ethan starts streaming, it's like your audience just gets kneecapped. And if Ethan's streaming, it's like dead on arrival. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, why even bother?
And depending on who it is, it's like less so. Like Reenie can get 140 people in her chat, while I have 90 in mine. Like it doesn't seem to affect it too much. Same with Mandy, actually, although Mandy is getting a lot bigger now. And the reason that that's happening is because us smaller CG channels, we are orbiting those bigger channels. We're drawing viewers from like we're drawing subs, I should say, from Ethan, John, Yellow Flash, those sorts of guys, right? So it's like, yeah, they sub to your channel, but how do they get to you? They came to you through these bigger channels. That's how they found out about you. So if it's between the two of them, most people, not everyone, but like a significant portion of them, are going to go back to the original channel that they sort of prefer. And that's just like, that's the situation that you're in. So it really is important that you make an effort regularly to reach out and find new subs that you didn't necessarily get through these bigger channels. It's very difficult. It's a hard slog, especially if you're like, I don't know, we're trying to do comic videos here. It's like, just like, look at what Jeremy's doing with his House of the Dragon videos, getting crazy views because he's stepped outside of comics into something that's like hugely popular. So Yeah, it's like it is actually. I mean, it's taken me nearly 3 years to figure this out. Yeah, you really do need to build your own. When you say build your own audience, it doesn't just mean get subs. It means try and find your own audience out there on YouTube that you got yourself, not necessarily from other bigger YouTube channels.
This is what I struggle with, though, because you say this, right? But how do you bring it back to comic books? How do you find an audience that is different to what the other guys in CG are doing?
Well, I mean, it's how I do it. So I did a video here today. This is just I found an article about why the left destroys so many heroes. So I just talked about it for a bit, and then I related it back to CG now. This one was a tweet thread from an anti-CG guy who was complaining that he can't find any fans, and I thought, well, that's a funny thing to laugh at. That's good CG content. What do we got here? This one here, like this Conan, and it, like everyone else is talking about this Conan toxic masculinity thing. Midnight's Edge did the original video, so it's not like it hasn't been talked about before. But I got 2,000 views on that, and I think I got like 15 subs or something from it. And it's related to comics. It's Conan, yeah. So you can relate it back, and then I talked about Cordrath at the end of it, and Tales of Nova Terra. They don't always hit. This one's like this PayPal one didn't really hit. This marketing one didn't really hit, but I thought it was like a really interesting video, because this is more like for creators. So it's not as relevant for just random people out there. Sometimes there's a discussion that pops up on Twitter, so I can opine on that. That's bringing it all back to comics. I always do try to like link it back in some way to
But I
what
mean,
we're doing.
you're kind of in the same realm as reading like the comics articles that like Ethan reads or whoever else reads, right? It's kind of a similar type of thing, even though it's a slightly different take. What about Crackhead, for example, right? Like, let's say I find something like House of the Dragon for me. How do I bring that back to comics? Like, is building that audience like Jeremy's doing, is that gonna help me at all?
Like Cell Replicator, a little
Yeah.
bit. I mean, a little bit. Like if you look at Shadowversity, his comics doing really well, but I mean, you have to have massive audiences for that to work, like Tug level audiences, I reckon, for that to be a factor. So like Jeremy is just building a channel, a House of the Dragon focused channel, and then maybe if that show ever ends, he can switch to something else that's like, or he could just get into the books, I don't know. But like back to selling comics, yeah, look, it's he might be able to sell, like, let's fast forward 5 years and Jeremy has 300,000 subs and they're all interested in Game of Thrones videos. I think he might be able to easily sell Cordrath or stuff like that, or Fiendish, but he might have a harder time selling other stuff that his audience is no longer really interested in. But if you get big enough, I think you can just like it's just like it's a numbers game at that point. I don't think many people are going to get that big though. Like do a Tug or a Yellow Flash or a Jeremy from the Quartering or something like that. I mean, that's not on the cards for hardly anyone. But like, I think you can get big enough that like you'll be able to have an audience, maintain an audience, keep an audience engaged, inspire them to back you within comics. Like, I think you can, like, probably, I don't know what the number is, 10, 20, 30,000 subs, is you can probably make a decent living doing your channel, plus crowdfunded books from that. Like John's there, he doesn't have those numbers, but he gets those engagement. Like John gets, anywhere between 500 and 800 people watching every one of his streams.
Yeah, and he's
Like
got like
that's
10,000
that's
subs
enough.
too.
Like that, like you don't need more than that to make money in comics and make a living in comics. So if they give John like started doing regular videos, he could get up to like 30,000-40,000 people sub to his channel, I reckon.
Jasper says Sontag is building a good channel talking about comic art. Yeah, he's been putting in work too, man. He's been working.
It's
hard.
like it's slower. The way Joe's doing it is going to be slower because it's just they can't like ask Tug, ask anyone. Comics, like we love them, but it's still a niche topic. And the most normies, if they would ever want to look at comics on Twitter, they'll probably just go to the what is it, Comics Explained or Comics Historian or something like that.
Yeah,
they're not going to like find their way down to guys who are getting 30 to 50 people watching a stream, or a couple of hundred views on something, and they're probably not going to be interested in the sort of shenanigans that we get up to here in CG, because it's all it's like what's happening over here, it's crazy over here.
I could do videos on manga or anime, but I don't know how that would play Bancroft. I mean, I'm looking at one person right now in chat who would kill me if he saw me do one of these videos.
Turn it into a weeb channel. I mean, it's a bold move, Cotton.
I mean,
it's a big audience.
That's the thing. What would you do it on like a second channel? Right, because like I have an audience here, right? It's not a ginormous audience, but it's an awesome one, right? Do I want to risk alienating the people that come here and watch this show at what ungodly hour this is in America? Do I want to risk that?
Read Mo's comment.
You can't argue with B Rose's viewership.
Poor B Rose. Poor B Rose.
I thought you'd gone, mate. I thought you'd left.
Yeah, maybe a second channel would be in order. I don't know. Look, I don't know. I don't know how big the thing is, but yeah, if you deviate from the original channel, it better be worth it. Like, look at Jeremy. He's heading more towards House of the Dragon stuff, and he's getting hundreds of thousands of views on his videos. I would say that's worth it. Like, do that. But if it's not bringing in those numbers, all you're going to be doing is alienating and annoying the people who, the comic book fans who you had here originally. Like we can look at Tug, for example. Tug built up his channel to about 5,000 subs doing financial breakdowns of IDW and stuff like that. Like, it was all comic book related stuff. And then he would do promotions of, like just normal CG shield streams and stuff like that. And then he got into the Amber Heard stuff, and a lot of people were like, I don't really watch Tug anymore because all he does is talk about Amber Heard. But that's us. In reality, infinitely more people were watching Tug than ever before. But like for us who were more interested in comic book stuff, we stopped watching Tug. So yeah, that's a very real fear that that can happen if you switch to a new main topic. You might end up just, I'm not really interested in what Rob's doing anymore.
That's an interesting question too, Mike. Like, this is kind of like a different track, but like some shows just seem to drop off for whatever reason. Like the interest in that show goes away. Have you felt that with your show at any time? or you've always been kind of happy with it? Like the start was probably pretty rough for you, but you've built it to a really good place though. But like it kind of feels like you have ebbs and flows with it, I guess.
I think with the like the show where we like talk a topic and sell a book, it all comes down to now, well, like I said, like it's the issue of a lot of my audience came through Ethan, Zach, well, whoever, John, doesn't matter, like larger channels. So, and it gets harder and harder to find times like when you can stream that none of these guys are streaming. It's like it's really difficult. It's like you can't escape it, essentially. So, like a lot of the times, the views on my show are in direct relation to who's streaming at the same time and who the guest is. It's like they're the two factors. I'm more than happy with the show. I love doing the show. I've got no qualms or complaints or anything like that. I could probably invest that time into other things that would get me more subs, or views. But I would rather get. There are other benefits to having a show that people can come on and promote their book and stuff like that. I do that three days a week, and then the draw streams are like, I mean, that's just that's kind of like for the core fans, and I get to promote Pain of Death and stuff like that. But no, I'm overall happy with the growth. Like, to me, growth is more related to the videos. Like, that's kind of the engine.
Well, I guess
and
I guess
then
my question is though, like your show has the steam of a runaway train. How do you keep it up? No, but like it seems like some shows, like they were popular for a while and they just drive off a cliff and they're gone. Like down, like the viewership goes from like 50 down to like 10 people, if that.
other people's shows.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, people, like you've got to if your show is like not working in the way that you want it to, you need to be on your toes and like keep it fresh somehow, like change something, try something new. Like that's happened to me plenty of times where I'm like, I think, originally I built up my show to have about, I don't know, 30 or 40 live viewers most nights.
Mm-hmm.
And then, it gradually slipped back down to like 15, 20 or something like that. And I was like, all right, I think I got to do something different here. It's like whatever I'm doing isn't really keeping people interested. And, that's when I changed it up and slowly started growing it up. I think people just, I think a lot of people in CG, when they do their shows, it's just, let's just get onto a stream and just hang out.
Yeah.
And that's fine. But it's like it can grow old for some people if it's like just the same thing all the time. And what happens is on YouTube is there's a churn. So you'll have subs, like I could think off the top of my head, a dozen guys who were like every night in my chat who I haven't seen in months. And they just sort of like, I used to watch Bancroft, but I don't really watch him anymore. I mean, like,
but why?
that
Why they're
happens
not
to
watching you?
everyone.
It's
Same
just
reason why I don't watch. I'm not watching right now the same people that I was watching 6 years ago. It's like the churn. That's why you always need to constantly be finding new people. And if you're seeing if you're seeing it as a trend, you might want to just change something up, try something new.
I'll get to this question in a second, Dave. At one point, though, Bancroft, is I don't understand people putting ads on their streams. I don't get it. It seems like a terrible idea.
I mean, sort of. I think it's just a thinking of like every little bit helps.
I get it if you've got like 1,000 people watching, or maybe even 100 or 500, but like when you're down in the slums, so to speak, when you're getting like 10 to 20 people, if that, I don't see what the benefit is. Like if I click on to a stream that has 12 people and an ad starts playing, I'll just leave straight away. Like it's pointless. Why are you doing that? I don't get it. It's dumb.
Well, I think most people don't leave, even if they do think it's annoying or pointless. I don't know, this Conan video, this is a premiere. I mean, I put ads on my videos, and I guess
That's
you
fine.
get that
Streams are
ad at the
different
start
though.
of a premiere. Like this made me I think like $12 or something from 2,000 views, which is like that's a really good return for my money. So I guess they're just like, well, if I make a couple of bucks, at least that's something. I can't put ads on my streams because I play copyrighted material.
I don't mind it on videos. That's fine. Like premieres, that's fine, right? I get it. It's a video. I can handle an ad. But when it's a stream, and when especially like there's hardly any people watching it, like you think they would be doing all they can to get even one more person to tune in, and having an ad on there does not do that. I think it's dumb. I think it's really stupid. But let's switch. Dave says, "How do you find out what it is that brings people to your channel?"
You throw shit against the wall and see what sticks. That's it. There's no other way to do it that I know of. Like, there's like tools and stuff. I guess you can, go check out like apps that'll tell you what is popular and that sort of stuff. But all I do is throw shit against the wall and see what sticks. That's how I've always done it, actually. That's how my format of my show came about. We just do something one day and then, that was like a lot of people hung out. Like they liked that. And then I get compliments. Oh, that was a really good show. Oh, cool. Or I'll do that more. And that's like with the videos is the exact same thing. Some of these videos just flop. And then some of them basically with a video, I am not thinking about my streaming audience as I make them. I'm hoping that they like it. I want to entertain them because I know that they'll turn up for the premiere. So I'm not going to make anything that they're not going to be interested in. But the way that I'm thinking about it is, will general rando person who's just on YouTube and see something, will they be interested in it? Here I was talking about, DC Comics. Here I did like a thing on Terminal List. I'm noticing that like when we start streaming, we talk a lot about TV shows. So I'm thinking I might get into that a bit more, like because they do seem to be quite popular. And the good thing about that is it's related to storytelling. It's related to what we're doing here. And if I do a video on Terminal List, I can also talk about other similar books in CG and stuff like that. And so if that's popular, okay, maybe I'll think about doing something a bit more like that. If other stuff it kind of flops, I'll do less of that. I mean, I don't know of any other way to do it.
You're good with your premieres though too, because you're there and you're participating in the chat. And I think that's a key step that I don't know if everyone else is doing, but they should. Dave says, I think this is like the problem. Like I don't think everyone knows what to do. He says, I'm trying to think of new content for my channel, but I'm not sure what people would like that also aligns with my own interests. That's my problem, dude. I'm not sure as well. Jasper says, talk about stuff you're knowledgeable on or passionate about and have a schedule.
That's what I do. Like I like TV shows. I like movies. It's like popular and it's related to storytelling and comic books and characters. It's a lot of this stuff ties into the culture war, so I think it works. So I do sort of look to that stuff a little bit. I do try and keep it more comic book related. That's why I didn't make a video on like Top Gun or something like that. I couldn't really think of a way to tie it back. But Dave, For a guy like Dave, see, like there's some guys like Camel. Camel's like, I'm going quality. I'm making a show. I'm gonna put
Yeah.
on a show with these cool intros and all this stuff. But for a lot of us, I don't think we have the know-how, the expertise, the charisma, the laugh, whatever it is to pull that off. So I would recommend looking at more like what a guy like JDA is doing, which is just like he's doing like 6-minute videos where he'll just find some thing that's happening out there and just talk about it, you know, for 5 minutes. Like you don't have to make 10-minute videos, 15-minute videos. Just you know, opine, give an opinion on and of something of the day that might not interest you, but you can like, I think you can, if you can find a way to like give a take that, you know, you think is unique to you, that might be a good way of like getting into it. Now that's not going to be for everyone, but like it's a sort of, it's been a pretty decent method that's worked out for a lot of people.
Crackhead is he's in an interesting situation. I imagine he's going to be where, you know, he started his channel as a fan channel for Comicsgate and Comicsgate books, right? But he's getting so much success with his House of the Dragon stuff that I would imagine he's going to have to do a second channel for comic books and Comicsgate
Oh,
stuff.
he's already started it.
Yeah.
He's already started that channel. He's got a few subs on it too. He's got like 300 or 400.
Wow.
I see Jason is saying, is Bancroft straight reading one of my tweets from 2 years ago? These things take time, Jason. Like 2 years ago, I couldn't have done what I'm doing now. I just didn't have the ability to turn on a camera and speak off the cuff on a topic for 10 minutes. It just wouldn't have worked. Even today, I stalled out. I started a topic. I was saying something, and then my mind, I thought, like a thought popped in there, and it just ground the whole thing to a halt. And I just sat there for like a minute. And once that happens, it's really hard to get back into the swing of things. It happens like maybe once every 10 videos, but like back in the day, it would have been happening 50 times on every single video that I was trying to record. It's like, it's a skill that's taken a long time for me to learn how to do. So you know, I knew that stuff, but it's like it's being able to do it. I didn't have time really ever to like record a video that took me like, I don't know, like record a 10-minute video that took me an hour to record because I'm stopping and starting 100 times. Go back, edit it so that it makes any kind of sense to anyone, upload. Like it just was too much time. It's taken me a good 2 to 3 years to figure out how to just chat about stuff. So it's like, you know, some people, I guess they can do this easily.
It's one of those things that the more you do get better at it though. Like you just got to keep doing it, more streams, more videos, just keep going. And it's really hard. It's hard to do that. Awesome One says, Rob, having someone to pick on is a means to success. Find a fall guy who likes you. Well, I'm pretty much the fall guy, isn't it, Bancroft? It's
Rob is the fall guy, and people love him for that.
That's my role in CG. What's this you're sharing?
Oh no, I was closing something down. Sorry.
Oh, all right. Repetition is key. Dude, I cannot believe we made it to 2 hours today. I didn't think it was going to happen.
I know. At 1 hour 15, I was like, Rob,
God,
you are struggling. Done. How are we going to do this? Thankfully, I pulled it out of the gutter. And
did you?
You know, I
did.
It was all me.
Yeah, and, I'll give you that.
Oh, Enrique's got a good point. If you want to build an audience, the most important person to study is Shane Davis. Look at early Shane versus current Shane. He adapted what? And he was rewarded for it. Yeah. Shane is a good case study. Shane talks about just comic book culture stuff.
Hmm.
So yeah, the crowd he's cultivating is like primed, and I think that's really reflected in his successes. His crowdfunding successes. He's a really good case study. The problem with what, like, I can't replicate what Shane does because I don't have the knowledge.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Jasper, I forgot to look at my DMs.
Sean says, "Great work, Bancroft. Rob, you was present. Thanks, man." What is it?
Jasper has
Is it something insulting me? Isn't it?
Jasper's doxed you. He's found out your secret other life.
Oh gosh.
And I mean, I don't know how you can, I don't know if you're going to be able to argue with this. This is clear as day. Where is it? This is you. Were you a teacher?
That is me in 10 years, to be fair. I mean,
Yeah. Like a little bit extra weight.
a little bit extra weight, just clearly fed
Like
up with the world.
The years of CG have ground down on you. Watching all these trailers you don't like, and the campaign pages aren't up to snuff. Just ground you down. It's like, I quit. Why streamers are done. 1 year, says Schneely.
1 year, dude. The way I'm looking,
Jasper found that.
It's coming quick. I tell you, the
Put
change.
the bags under your eyes. You need to get more sleep, Rob. You don't let you let this thing get all personal. You take it too personally. Just let it wash over you.
My brother's bald, and that ain't my brother. Future Rob confirmed. Yeah. Yeah, Shane has. Yeah, I remember I think we had him on How to Draw Comics, like one of the first streams he did, and he was like monotoned, talking just the entire time. You would not believe he's the same guy that ate. What did he eat live? It was crazy, like cat food biscuits or something. It's hard to believe that they're the same person. He's changed a lot.
He still has that monotone guy in him, but the thing is, all you need to do is get a few drinks in him, and he knows how to turn it on. And when he turns it on, he really turns it on. I don't have it in me to turn it on the way he does. Like, it's actually quite extreme. Like, from where, like, he still has that monotone. Shane is still in there. He goes from that to like 11s.
Do you want to bring up Camel's campaign before we wrap it up?
Sure.
Mo says the teachers quit because Rob won't graduate and they are fed up. I'm going to have to get a tattoo of just a single teardrop on my eyes from the way you guys make me feel. You looking forward to this?
Did you read Mo's comment, or is that the one you just read?
I just read it, yes.
Yeah, okay, cool. Sorry, I was typing. That's good. What did you ask? Sorry.
Are you looking forward to this?
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Like, launching this is gonna be a lot of fun. Camel is the only guy in CG who does the backwards shell, the shame technique.
Yeah,
it's gonna be good. And yeah, the books are looking great.
His promotion of Cord Wrath is by far the best I've ever heard.
He's bouncing right off the success of everyone's getting their house salad. They're really liking everything he put together, and I knew it would be that way too. Because he was showing me everything along the way, what it all looked like. Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun.
I actually regret not backing it now.
I can't believe you didn't back house salad. I mean, that's just.
I didn't like Camel at first, dude. It took me a long time to like him.
Why didn't you like him? I want to hear this.
I don't know, because we're very similar in a lot of ways. Like, we hate lots of things. And we have that in common. Yeah. I don't know why. I don't know. It just took me a while.
I feel like a lot of CG is like that. Like I liked Camel straight away, but I would notice that it took him a lot longer than most people to kind of get into the inner circle of CG.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. This is like people like people or they don't like people, but yeah, I'm glad he's sort of like finally made it. Whenever someone brings up like what's your favorite show in CG, inevitably people will bring up Camel Knights or the video game show. People are really liking the what he's put out with
And this
House
show.
Ballad. So
And this show.
that's happened before. Not in a while, but it's happened.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Maybe
Yeah.
they just maybe they just assume that we know they feel that way still.
Yeah. Let's tell ourselves that.
Yeah, let's go with that. All right. Yeah, so this launches on the 14th. Mike's launching it on his channel. Camel's going to go around and whore himself out on other channels through the day, which is what you should do. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, dude. Forward to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's a wacky dude, Camel Moon. He's a good friend.
He's funny too. Like he laughs at my jokes, which I really appreciate because I feel like he wasn't
He's the only one.
If
I've
he
laughed
wasn't
at a
there-
couple of your jokes. I've laughed.
Yeah, but
at a couple.
he
You've had
laughs
some doozies.
consistently. He laughs pretty
That's part of
consistently.
his charm.
Yeah, I mean, even if it's a pity laugh, I'll take it all day.
Mhm.
All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up. It's been over 2 hours somehow. Don't know how we got there. Thank you everyone thanks D and Sumo for the members, and thank you for the super chats, everyone. And that's it.
Bye.
We're gonna go. See ya.